Heartless person, nkuko mubibona, a heartless person is someone who doesn't have sympathy, someone who is cruel, someone who is unkind. My dear, before teaching you, let me take a short rest. Now I am taking a short rest before teaching you. I am very tired, please. Let me take a short rest before teaching you this lesson. Can you allow me to take a short rest before teaching you the lesson? To take a short rest. Nukuruhuka by'akanya gato. Now I am taking a short rest. I am going to take a short rest for 30 minutes. Ngiye kuruhuka iminota 30 mbere yo kubigisha. Sorry. I am telling you lies. Ndi kubabesha. I am going to take a short rest for 30 seconds. Ngiye kuruhuka amasegonda 30. Because I don't want to be bored. I don't want to bore you. Ntabwo nshaka mu byukuri kubarambira. Are you bored? Are you bored? Se mwarambiwe. I know you are not bored. I have finished my rest. Akaruhuko kanje nakarangije. Let me start the lesson. Reka ntangire isomo. Good. Then we are going to see the use of how come in English language. Did you know the meaning of how come in English? Ese uzi imikoreshereze y'akajambo. How come, this expression. This is a very good expression. How come in English language. Before teaching you the lesson, I would like to show you this wonderful book. You should buy this wonderful book at an affordable price. This book is on a special offer. Iki gitabo mu byukuri kiri kuri promotion ku giciro cyiza cyane. Try to buy it if you want to level up your English language. Niba ushaka kuzamura icyongereza cyawe gura iki gitabo. Ariko dufite n'ibindi bitabo. Gusa iki ngiki cyo nuko kiri kuri promotion. Ibindi byo biracyari ku giciro cyabyo. Nice. Let's get started with the lesson. But before, my dear, before teaching you this lesson, allow me to give you our today's word. Twahisemo kuguha mu byukuri iri jambo. Heartless. Do you know the meaning of heartless? A heartless person. Who is a heartless person? Heartless. We have the word heartless. Heartless person, nkuko mubibona, a heartless person is someone who doesn't have sympathy, someone who is cruel, someone who is unkind, someone who doesn't have emotions or feelings. That person is called heartless. Umuntu utagira mu byukuri impuhwe, umuntu w'umugome, cruel. A cruel person is heartless. Cruel no mugome, someone who doesn't have sympathy. Sympathy mu Cyongereza nicyo twita impuhwe. Umuntu utagira impuhwe, umuntu utagira umutima muri make. Umuntu utagira umutima yitwa heartless mu Cyongereza. Heartless. For example, you can say, yesterday I saw a heartless man in a town. Ejo nabonye umugabo utagira umutima w'umugome mu mujyi. You can also say, this midwife is heartless. Uyu mubyaza, midwife. Do you know midwife? Midwife ni umubyaza. This midwife is heartless. Uyu mubyaza nta mutima agira. She's very cruel. Mu byukuri ni umugome cyangwa se nta feelings, nta marangamutima agira. Just that person is called heartless. Are you heartless? I know you are not heartless. Ndabizi wowe uri kundeba, you are not heartless. You are very kind. You are very sympathetic. You are sympathetic. Fantastic. Let's get started with the lesson. How come in English language? What is the meaning of how come in English language? How come? Did you know the meaning? Yes, we use how come, why something happened, and why something will happen. Uburi kuvuga kubera iki. How come means why. Kubera iki. How come. For example, you can say, how come you are crying now? Muri make tuvuga how come iyo dushaka kuvuga why something is happening. Kuki ikintu kiri kuba? Why something happened? Kuki ikintu cyabaye? Why something will happen? Kuki ikintu kizaba? How come means why. How come ubundi byaba byiza ahubwo unakoresheje iri jambo how come umeze when you shrug by shrugging your shoulders. Do you know to shrug? To shrug no kuzamura intugu. How come? Yes. Why? For example, when you say, how come you are crying now? How come you are crying now? This means, why are you crying now? Ni bimwe. How come you are crying now? Umuntu nakubaza atya azaba akubajije ati kubera iki urimo kurira ubu ngubu tuvugana? Kuki uri kurira? How come you are crying now? How come you are crying now bisobanuye kuki uri kurira ubu tuvugana? Why are you crying now? My son, how come you repeated the class last year? How come you repeated the class last year? Ububwiye umwana gute? Umubwiye uti muhungu wanje, how come you repeated the class last year? Ni gute wasibiye to repeat the class? To repeat the class no gusibira. For example, you can say, last year I repeated the class because I was very sick during the class time. Mu gihe cy'ishuri nari nararwaye, niyo mpamvu nasibiye mu ishuri. How come you repeated the class last year? Niki cyatumye mu byukuri usibira umwaka ushize? Nicyo uri kubaza umwana wawe. My son, how come you repeated the class last year? My dear students, how come you don't watch PAN lessons every day? Inshuti zanjye abanyeshuri, kubera iki mutajya mureba amasomo yo kuri PAN buri munsi? How come you don't watch PAN lessons every day? How come? You are going to give me the answer in the comment sections. I need the answer in the comment section. Nkeneye igisubizo muri comment section. How come you don't watch PAN lessons every day? Kubera iki mutajya mureba amasomo ya PAN buri munsi? How come? Yes. Maybe there are some students who have not subscribed. Hari abanyeshuri ubu ngubu batarakora subscribe. Birabareba, please try to subscribe to this channel. Try to subscribe to this channel. Birabareba, please try to subscribe to this channel if you want our lessons each and every time. Good. Then how come you will not attend the meeting tomorrow? Ushobora kubaza umuntu uti kubera iki utazaza mu nama ejo, utazitabira inama y'ejo? How come you will not attend the meeting tomorrow? Oh, my friend, I have a long journey tomorrow. That's why I will not attend the meeting tomorrow. How come you will not attend the meeting tomorrow? Kuki utazaza mu nama ejo? Nshobora kugusubiza nti I have a long journey from Musanze to Cyangugu. That's why I will not attend the meeting tomorrow. Good. Then here we have other extra examples. In order to understand the use of how come in English language, you can follow these extra examples. Ugomba gukurikira mu byukuri izi ngero zindi nagushiriyeho kugira ngo wumve the usage of how come in English language. This is a very important expression in English. You should know how to use how come in English. Ugomba kumenya uko bakoresha how come. Yes, here you can say, ushobora kubwira umuntu uti I don't know him. Simuzi. Ngiye nkahita nkubaza nti how come you don't know him? Maybe you want to ignore him, but you know him. Urashaka kumwirengagiza ariko uramuzi. How come you don't know him? Ni gute utamuzi se? Kubera iki? Kubera iki utamuzi? How come you don't know him? Kuki utamuzi? How come you don't know him? How come you are late every day? Ariko munyeshuri wanje, my student, how come you are late every day? Kuki uza ku ishuri wakererewe buri munsi? Kuki ukererwa buri munsi? How come you are late every day? How come? Good. Then here you can say, ushobora kumbwira uti, Teacher Jasper, I don't love you. Singukunda. Nkahita nkubaza ni, kuki utankunda? Nzabaza nkoresheje how come. Umunyeshuri w'umuhanga yamaze kumva uko nzabaza. Nzahita mbaza uriya umbwiye ngo I don't love you, nzahita mubaza nti, how come you don't love me? Kuki utankunda? How come you don't love me? I don't love you. How come you don't love me? Yes. I dared, verb to dare. I dared him last night. mu ijoro ryakeye namutinyutse ndamubwira rwose namusomeye koko. Ujya usomera abantu? Yes. I dared him last night. None nshobora guhita nkubaza nti how come you dared him? Ni gute, kuki wamutinyutse? Ni why did you dare him? Kuki wamutinyutse mu ijoro ryashize, mu ijoro ryakeye? How come you dared him? I dared him last night. How come you dared him? How come you dared me yesterday? Kuki wantinyutse ejo? How come you dared me yesterday? Good. You can also say, how come you are blowing your nose publicly? Umuntu yakubwiye gutya bakubajije abakubwiye ate? How come you are blowing your nose publicly? Publicly. Don't say publicly. Publicly. How come you are blowing your nose publicly? Ni gute ushobora kwikora ukimyira rwose mu publicly mu ruhame, to blow the nose, kwimyira? Just shame on you. Ibyo bintu ntabwo ari byo ubukoze. How come you are blowing your nose publicly? Ni gute ushobora kwimyira mu ruhame? You should go aside. You should distance yourself from the public. Ugomba kugira gute? Kwitarura abantu benshi. Then you go to blow your nose away. You go away to blow your nose. Then how come you blow your nose publicly? How come you hate him? Ushaka kubwira umuntu uti I hate him, ndamwanga. Nkahita nkubaza nti how come you hate him? Kubera icyo umwanga? How come you hate him? How come you don't want to buy this book? Kuki udashaka kugura iki gitabo? This book is at an affordable price. Iki gitabo kiri ku giciro cyiza cyane. How come you don't want to buy it? What's wrong with you? Please come and buy this book. How come you don't want to buy it? Kuki udashaka kukigura? Good. Then how come bisobanura kubera iki? Ni izihe mpamvu? My dear students, you should know how to use how come in English language. Yes? Did you know how to use how come? Wari uzi ko bakoresha how come? This is the answer. Igisubizo kiri hano. Please try to practice more. Kora imyitozo nawe ukoresheje how come. I am Teacher Jasper. We are together for the next lessons. And see you next time. And we love you so much.